Judy, I like your hair.
Thanks. It's been so good. She's great.
Yeah.
She's in Fire Academy, so she totally would have been able to be here, but she had a test at 11 a.m. Yeah, so
Where's the microphone? Microphone's usually by the
She's been so good. She's great. She's in Fire Academy. She totally would have been weird, but she had a test.
Or do you want to stay back there? I can sit here.
No,
Okay.
all of them said, I think you.
Okay. Would be the first one.
Okay.
So you're going to do the symbols. We started counting. Who was that guy with the Lama?
It's better with my bees. There's something like 5 million prayers in them.
I doubt it. I don't doubt it. Yeah, good. Keep up the good work. Okay.
Remove a lot.
And so
Thank
I'm
you.
glad.
Good evening. The heat from your bees too. I feel
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Urgyen. Not quite afternoon yet. Still good morning. Time zones in work.
You're going to be too warm?
I like to yourself. Thank you. Much younger than this.
Super Kaya, number one, Super Kaya, how are you? I miss you. I'm glad I get to see you online.
Well, I worked the wine store, so I could see a lot of people and their ages. Like, this person is younger than me. He was so old.
You're the wine store. That's the wine store here.
There's a good wine store in the 30s. There's so much construction around the third west wine store that all the customers that used to go there are now coming here. So we're super busy. And because of the staffing shortages, the Foothill store closed. And so we're getting all of their customers as well.
The West Valley store is also going to be closing too.
Which one?
The West Valley and Redwood.
Oh,
They said that they made a new one somewhere. I don't know where, but
they built a new one.
the new one, that one's going to close down.
Their plan is to build a new one, for us, because we're the smallest store. We don't have any of the stupid stuff.
It's kind of more strictly.
We are strictly top shelf stuff. Our bottom shelf stuff is other stores' top shelf stuff.
I don't think I know that. Then I went there once. That's it.
That's a pretty cool place.
Made it myself because I couldn't. I have some rubbish that came with the yak case. So I wanted to duplicate that, and I just ended up making this out of a.
Something other.
It's from
Soft inside.
it's from the chips. It's some short. I ended up cutting a big chunk out.
And you sewed it yourself? It's beautiful, man.
I have
A perfect little perla. And I love your high diva on there too.
this was my first book that I got, and this was sent to me by accident. So I ordered from Nepal like 15 years ago. And when I got this, I was like, I ordered. And I called the guy, he's like, I'm not a town, because of the shop. So I sent him pictures like, no, that's fine. That belongs to my child. He's like, well, Rinpoche has his blessings. Rinpoche. So one guy, like, yeah, it's blessing me hard, and you know what? Because not the one I ordered. It's that my family is high regions of Tibet. They make it with tiny bit of meat. And
I just got a generic for about.
So you don't see flop. This is a style I haven't seen often on the stores. It's getting harder to find new styles online. A few years ago, you can see people just looking like
Can you hear us? Hello? Yes? Hello?
I think I left my
Test. Uh-oh. Maybe not.
text me card.
Yes. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good.
I'll be back, gentlemen.
Are we going to contact today or what? Because I thought the full meetings was yesterday. I'm not sure.
Let's see what the.
I gotta see if I can find my NAR contract.
Good morning. You're a stranger face from my homeland. Good to see you. No stranger yogi. So once again, good morning to everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to the quantum field, the portal of cyberspace existence. I hope you're all doing well in your realities. Take a breath in, please. Release with a sigh. You arrive at the top of the mountain. You took your pack off. Open your water vessel. Yes, thank you, right on cue. And you took a sip. And you looked out to the vastness of space and luminosity. And you said, somehow I have images again of the preacher, the minister, the pastor in Selma, Alabama, and saying, perhaps, are you at peace, my child? But it doesn't mean he's saying or she is saying into the Sangha or congregation and saying you are a child, but speaking to myself. Speak to your child. Am I at peace, my child? In this presentness of wakeful, innate quality, be at peace. We live in such turbulent times, and it's the joke of the fortune cookie may say. May you live to interesting times. I think we're fulfilling that one. They are most interesting times, don't you think? So within the challenging, interesting times, are you at peace? You should check periodically through the day and re-establish your presence. You're not going to find any peace or happiness or harmony unless your child is at peace. When you, oh, so wonderful. So many young children come to get candy yesterday, dressed in an array of costumes. I am a fossil, I have no idea who they are. So I had to ask, and they called out names like this, like that, blah, blah, blah. No idea. Oh, but I did see my most favorite. The Scarecrow came, Dorothy came, and the Tin Man came. Oh, and those monkeys, which used to scare me to death when I was a kid. Who was afraid of the monkeys? It's like they're gonna come and get us and take us away. Ah! So they came and I just laughed at myself, laughed my child laughing. Oh, living in art and giving out candy on Halloween. It was funny, but it was fun. So I hope you got up this morning and said, oh, the sun and mountains and the colors of the leaves and a nice day and not snowing, and you're blessed. Did you get out of the bed this morning? Were you able to get out of the bed this morning and go, oh, the body is still moving and the aches and pains are subsiding a little bit? Oh, I'm blessed. So as I was driving in thinking, just to ask you, did you recognize you're blessed? And even in the midst of our complaining, focusing on what we don't have and what we can't do and what we should have done and why didn't we and so forth, we're never exhausted. We never take a break. Carefree, like children on Halloween with such innocence and such joy and getting candy, which will bounce them off the ceilings. I want to be like that. So after I gave them candy, I ate candy. In fact, my neighbor, Emmylou, and Bob, or Robert, I forget their last name, living next door, we were sitting, right? And they knock on the door and they bring Halloween. So I look in there, what's in there? Popcorn. So I had popcorn for Halloween. In fact, it was my dinner, popcorn. But it was my choice. So don't go, oh, he doesn't have anything to eat. I had too much to eat, like a little piggy. But popcorn, Halloween, made sense. The only thing I couldn't find is an old rendition of Bela Lugosi and Lon Chaney, Dracula. I looked for it, but couldn't find it. Maybe on tonight, because this is really Halloween, right? Okay. Anyway, going back to that initial question. When you awoke this morning and you put your feet onto your floor, whatever it may have been, was there a moment of, I am blessed? And even as I was driving in, may I be a better human being this day than I was yesterday. I let go of my shortcomings of yesterday and sure up the comings of today. The life is short, sweet, and fleeting. Enjoy it every day. Like looking at those small children, I think of Master Z's painting. Those smiling, innocent faces. Only if they knew what was coming. But it's best that they don't. But we do. And the fact that we are here, especially during these times, we've been blessed. So maybe today you'll treat yourself to some fine chocolate, or maybe a Reese's. I love that commercial. Not sorry. Anyway, we live in such a strange world when you actually step back and look at it. Medium is the message. I should have brought that phrase from Marshall McLuhan. To paraphrase, how media consciously is subliminally and overtly conditioning and shaping a culture and a society. There's some many really good things occurring now, though. The message is cooperation, creativity, collaboration, constructive communication. And yes, a product is being sold with the message, but at least the message is the medium to sell the product. Quite clever. This woman here, she does it also. Same thing. But we have to start somewhere. And like someone gives you a tool, a hammer, you can build with it, you can destroy with it. We have many tools that are at our disposal. How are we using the tools that we have at our disposal? Hopefully to promote, to increase, to develop loving kindness and compassion. If we don't develop loving kindness and compassion, starting with ourselves, we'll continue to cascade down the shadows of the Kali Yuga of darkness. But it doesn't mean some darkness that will appear outside. There's the darkening of the consciousness. If we do not awaken at a conscious level, we are doomed. But we won't even know it, which makes it even so sad. We'll think consciously we're progressing, but in actuality, we're regressing. Anyway, just some rambling thoughts, looking at the mountains, the sun, the clouds this morning, and driving in and going, I'm blessed. So thank you all for being here, allowing me to be here, the babble, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Maki Hara Picture Show. Here's the Buddhist. Amuse yourself, as I told my students on Wednesday, I think. Amuse yourself and entertain the absurdity of living. Because it is quite absurd when we actually step back, take a look. So step back, take a breath in, breathe out. Like Milarepa, sitting on a rock. I don't have calluses on my bum yet, but I do have calluses on my ankles. But sitting on a rock, looking at a mountain, with the awareness of the subtleness of the breeze, it moves through the trees. The leaves gently flutter about. Casting the eyes above the peak of the mountain, you see the blueness of the space we call the sky, in the gentleness of clouds floating by. Let your mind rest in the great expanse and be at peace, my child. The eyes shutter and half close. The thumbs are lightly touching, align your back and releasing the blocks. The eyes cast down at a 45-degree angle, just over the tip of the nose. The tongue is in the roof of the mouth, the back of the ridge of the front two teeth. Teeth are separated as the lips slightly or lightly touch, not press. Releasing in your jaw, releasing in the shoulder girdle, the joint, the clavicle, the scapula. From the base of the spine, the energetic charge flows up through the neck and out through the aperture of Brahman, reconnecting with the celestial lamp through the sky cord. Silvery blue sky, recognizing that the quantum energy flux field of space and light is our essence, rest. And from that space, a coming together of energy particles using that type of language. Rinpoche is the essence of space and time and light and all the various other energy fields that manifest throughout the multi-cosmos. You merely use it as an icon on your phone, your computer, an access point. Rinpoche is a portal. Having brought forth that icon, that portal, the manifestation of Rinpoche, all of the kayas of knowledge and wisdom contained within, all of the enlightened ones, past, present, and future, contained within. We say, most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Illusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. The normal gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's life way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are infinite. I vow to liberate them. My delusions, I don't know about yours, so inexhaustible. I vow to transcend. Dominates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's life way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Illusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. The Lama gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddhist enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody your ideas. Can you just rest for a little moment? So, Guru Rinpoche, what does he say? Something short and then something a little bit longer later. Gain certainty in the fact that since the very beginning, your own mind is the awakened state of Buddhahood. Gain certainty in the fact that all phenomena, the magical display of your own mind, the phantasmagoric play. Gain certainty in the fact that the fruition is present in yourself and is not to be sought elsewhere. Gain certainty in the fact that your master, our teachers, are the Buddhas in person. Gain certainty in the fact that the nature of view and meditation is the realization of the Buddhas. To gain such certainty, you must practice. Simple as that. It's so sad. Coming and going. Can't make up our mind. Only when difficulty befalls us, then we want to do something about it. It's too late. Use your time wisely as I talk to myself. I'm not talking to you. I'm trying to remind myself. If it fits, then so be it. We wait to the last moment. We engage in frivolous activities that we give such meaning to that in the end are meaningless. Relative, yes. It doesn't mean that we're trying to negate the meaning of our relative existence. But it's the attachment. It's so serious. Even Dharma. Practice with lightness. If you squeeze the flower, it will wither and die for sure. Maybe, like in Zen tradition, you walk, oh, this beautiful flower. Make sure there's no bee. Just smell. Maybe you touch the softness and the velvetness of the petals and you walk by. But what's so wonderful is the memory in your mind's eye. If I say to you, and I hope, oh, the God, not the God. What's his name? No. Yesterday flower, still life. Bengal. Say his name again? Bengal flowers, all I can see. Oh, red carnations and yellow sunflowers in an antique vase sitting in front of Longchenpa. Oh, yeah. Like this. You stimulate your imagination. You create your own realities and dreams, as opposed to someone selling us something, selling us a dream, selling us happiness. We're being so peace. We're being so harmony. I say it's good because it has to sound somewhere. This device is a marvelous device. I can get up in the morning, oh, there's Rinpoche. Oh, there's Chogyam Rinpoche. Right? Oh, there's Gyaltsen Rinpoche. Yeah. So many Rinpoches. In fact, just to, I'm not sure if Lama put on the website or whatever you call it. But Rinpoche sends his blessings. I spoke with him and Mama Gaelic. They were doing puja, but Rinpoche, he is Buddha. He is Guru Rinpoche. Just sit there, it's so peaceful. And he says, oh, please tell Sangha, everyone, my blessings, thinking of them, and to take care and be well. So, gain certainty. And I'm going to assume that you have this certainty, else you wouldn't be practicing. As I have been thinking in the various arenas that I try to share whatever my experience has been, if you're doing it by rote, just because some expectation, now granted we have to start somewhere, but it must exist in your bones. I asked one of my neighbors jokingly again, standing in the park and talking to a neighbor. I felt like I was in Mayberry. Ogden is like Mayberry. Some people are going, Mayberry, what's that? I have fun. I see amusement in every moment. But her name is Regina, but I thought it was Angela. So she said, don't call me Angela because my name is Regina. And she just talks and talks. So I asked her, living here now in Ogden for the last 2 years, what have you discovered? And she said, a sense of community, a safe place to raise my children, a sense of peace, and a greater connection to my faith. Faith, not faith, faith. This is wonderful. And just a conversation, just talking, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not sure if I mentioned it to you. That moment creating a synchronicity of commonality of a language by which we could discuss our differences in a lighthearted way of acceptance. So go stand in the park, talk to the children or listen to them laugh. The dead don't hear laughter, do they? But you think I'm not talking about the dead zombie movies that you'll watch tonight, probably. We're talking about, obviously, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead. Do the Walking Dead hear laughter? That's why they're The Walking Dead. They don't laugh. Everything is so serious. Everything is a frontal attack on the ego. You don't think like I do. You don't look like I do. You don't dress like I do. And so forth and so on. Therefore, you are out. I cast you out. Not with loving kindness and compassion, but with anger, violence, and so forth. So, agents of change, bodhisattvas, of loving kindness and compassion, who are the ones who go forth with the radiant light of peace. Imagine 100,000 people radiating loving kindness and peace. That quantum energy field will change, and it is changing. You are part of that 100,000 agents of peace. Perhaps, I don't know. Really? The Bodhisattva. I must bring the first booming when I talked to Ginger Rinpoche, Toko Ginger Rinpoche, who he says we have past life experience with. But I said, maybe we can aspire to the first level of booming. He says, oh, so this is very high. A Sangha, first level of booming. Maybe, well, obviously, Maitreya, Samattabhadra, all of the great Buddhist disciples of the Buddha, first level. But the main thing that they must all have, that we must all have, which is so lacking, myself included, genuine and real loving kindness and compassion. You can pick up this thing. Maybe it's target me because there's no I'm looking for Buddhist teachings. I don't know. Probably fight that. They know everything now. You go to some place and they ask, what's your phone number? Why you ask me? You know my phone number. You know where I live. You know my serial number. You know I don't have any money. You know everything, but I have to tell you what you already know. You just want to see, do I know it? Okay, let's go through that game. But do you genuinely have loving kindness and compassion? Many teachings are being put out now, which is wonderful. All the great past masters and present masters, we see their images. We're being bombarded. But is it bringing about a change? I'm going to say, yeah. And where does that change begin? With us. Each one of us. You just said, what did you say? I hope you really meant it. Sentient beings are numberless. You said you will vow to the great. I will believe before the day is over, you will have the opportunity to fulfill your vow. It will come face to face. And I hope you make the choice without even making the choice, because it will arise spontaneously. This is really loving kindness. It is done without a thought, without any attachment, any expectations. It is simple as Bob bringing me popcorn and leaving a little bag on the door. But I heard the knock on the door, and as I went downstairs, he's already walking away. Bob, happy Halloween. And he walks away. Oh, Bodhisattva came to bring popcorn. So I hope before the day is out, Bodhisattva will bring you maybe chocolate popcorn or something of the sort. Take a breath in, please. May we all arrive at least the first, wow, the first level. I read the first level of Bodhisattva. It is very high. The Bodhisattvas arrive, the Buddha's 10th level, booming. Wow, I have to read the 10th one. Probably my mind will just, like I told you, I want purple confetti. And then purple confetti fall down on all of you, endowing you with loving kindness and compassion. So visualize. When I do this, I visualize all of the Bodhisattvas of the Mahayana, all of the Bodhisattvas of the Hinayana, or the Theravada, all of the Arhats, and all of the Bodhisattvas, and the Buddha is right in the middle, and we're merely making a request. So it says the verse of the 8 sublime ones, the auspicious ones, may we join you.
Sangye Chodam Kendo Bande Cho Mura Chasna Tacha Tachi Cho Yome Gyambo Saten Nambu Don Jambe Gyamba Jeta Padampa Puna Wongo Jamje Lapa Chen Lumbo Dapa Sara Padani Senje Jambe Lango Jambe Baba Jishin Sepa Sara Zenzan Dole Tashi Tambe Wa Dewa Sepa Gyala Sasaru Jampa Jonu Baden Doje Zen Zenre Zewa Nampo Jambe Baba Saye Kimpo Ripa Nampasa Nanga Jilbo Pajo Kundu Zamo Bupa Doje Bhagna Dosunga Nobo Dawa Nade Kampaye Chaksen Benha Taksi Patisho Chenjo Zemba Gyala Tasalo Rinzen Toche Tashi Sengena Nojom Pamso Niho Kamara Nidam Tundam Pomso Karesu Nido Chaksen Pangyo Koyote Rinzen Tachi Gaji Chaksen Chodu Jawa Chushi Chijena Yezo Novo Dende Tape Tashi Namo Yala Shasaro Sampa Jimbo Tejo Semedo Nikon Tendam Kabo Yoto Song Kale Todam Suman Tenesa Nando Jene Jene Kolo Dam Tusu Radam Tono Toye Chen Maya Radre Chobe Jatse Zazu Jesu Gere Tashi Dine Kewa Jela Chasa Supa Supara Yedan Yewa Zema Kunsude Dondo Babe Yasdo Yishedo Tashi Dele Kunsu Yedan Yewa Santara Yedan Yewa Zema Kunsude Dondo Babe Yasdo Yishedo Tashi Dele Kunsu
Even the Buddha himself said, having achieved the supreme enlightenment, I achieved nothing at all. Thus, the supreme enlightenment. Maybe to paraphrase, he would say, having achieved this, I have nothing to offer you. So sorry, this one Zen master. You've come all this way. Even Thupten Rinpoche said to me once, I remember, you come all this way. I have nothing to offer you. And I could not only just laugh, but be humble. So whatever you're seeking, your child is seeking to be at peace and happiness. You're still looking in some far quarters of the cosmos, of the universe. And you'll always be unhappy. And if you only practice riding the bike, sometimes you'll fall down. But with a little consistency, the rhyme says you'll go round. So be consistent. Even look out here. Sometimes coming, I don't know, because these are such difficult times. I can only assume every day you do something, whether you sit on your seat or not. Because coming, sitting here and babbling on a Sunday is not enough. Anybody can do that. But to really be seized in your heart with the Dharma, the wisdom, knowledge, and experience, which we're all capable of arising and all have and have had for many lives. Maybe you said, this life, I will arrive and recognize fully in this life. It is possible. Look at how many opportunities. 10 years ago, you didn't have this opportunity. 10 years ago, you couldn't pick up your phone. Oh, you had to read many books. Now you can get the big instructions of these teachers. 10 years ago, you couldn't do that. 20 years ago, forget about it. And 50 years ago, we were trekking up the side of the mountain to sit at the feet of the master. Right? Leeches and mosquitoes, and bad food, and roaches, and wolf spiders, and so forth and so on. It was a wonderful time. Now, so easy. You don't have to do anything. You just use your finger. There's more calluses on the fingers than on your behind from sitting. Just my joke. Sorry. But light, levity, right? Not too heavy, levity, practice. So take a breath in, please. Think about Shanti Deva, sleeping, eating, going to the bathroom, nodding off, but always practice. What did he practice? Ramadana would say, resting in present wakefulness. Never break. Chonam Jele
Sangye dundu negete, sangye tasro sankero, jese nanga namana, doa jese nangurpa, jese nandu nikuri, Towa daga sawa shu, chunam damse kile chon, dekyu desen chepe son, Buddha gomba ganyampa, dejo jambo deke son, Towa daga sampayi, sangye chodam yeduna, chancho nipo chikeva, tapa kaki katsuchi, shera damse damse te, sombe senche dambuda, sangye dambu nikete, sombe chancho sengye lo, jese nanga nipana, loa jese nengyopa, jese dandi nengyure, loa dana sawa shoku, chonam damse kile chon, jeju dese cheke son, gula gomba nanyapa, jeju jimbo deke son, loa dada sampayi, sangye chonam yeduna, chancho nipo chikeva, kaba dane katsuchi, shera nande nande te, sombre sonche nanduka, sangye nandu nekete, sombre chanchu sinkedo, jese nanga nankana, yowa jese nekyoka, jese nande nekyone, yowa dana sawa so. All come now, rise from their losses. Their causes are explained by the Buddha. Cessation of these causes too are taught by the faith. With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go reverence the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind to full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain, and dispel the misery, suffering, and the causality of ignorance, misplaced desire, and anger in this world. Through loving kindness. I hope so. Happy doing this. Happy doing Dorje, Rita, Dorje, Gonpa, Dorje, Rinpoche, watch it. Sake Gako, Shatsa, O. Ayata, Mune, Mahamune, yes. Ayata, Mune, Mahamune, yes. Ayata, Mune, Mahamune, yes. Ayata, Mune, Mahamune, yes. Om Mane 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 Visualize receiving the blessings, red, blue, yellow, coming from those places
Buddha entering into those places of ourselves and all sentient beings. Awakening, cleansing, purifying, and activating body, speech, mind, knowledge, and wisdom for the benefit of others. Then, in our heart space, we visualize lotus, moon disk, and the seats of the They are its radiant, brilliant light, like sun, filling your body. In the 10 directions, filling the totality of space, again, always for the benefit of others. Wherever you go, the radiant light of compassion is ever present. The sun is ever present, at least for now, in this universe. But the sun, the sun is always shining, and there's always a rainbow in the sky. As one song goes. Be like that, a rainbow in the sky, in the ever-present radiance of the sun, loving kindness and compassion. Practice Tonglen. Imagine we're sitting in the bamboo grove with the Buddha, and all of his disciples are practicing Tonglen for the benefit of all sentient beings. Count the outgoing breath and begin. Now in your mind's eye, you visualize that our intentions are manifested. And as we breathe out, separating our thumbs, breathe in and out through the mouth, and let the eyes rest on the horizontal plane. The essence of the Buddha, which has never been separated from our own mind, but it dissolves into the innate quality and merges with our own innate quality. Even to say our own, sort of don't attach to our own. There's nothing to attach to, only the practice of non-attachment. Pronounce it and recognize. Yes. And then Chopin's, just a moment. I have to read something from Urgyen. Breathing out. After this. So again, I found, this is from the the Dorje Rinpoche. I didn't meet directly with Dorje Rinpoche, but I did stand in front of his Thupten, which is located in Buddha, where his, well, many connections to Dorje Rinpoche. I sat in front of Dorje Rinpoche's relics in Kalampang and make retreat with his main heart student. Lama Rinpoche. Then we also sit in his Gonpa, which is located in Buddha, in front of his Thupten, where relics of his remains are. And then Lama Rinpoche and Hamakazi Rinpoche, or Dharma brothers who studied both with Dorje Rinpoche and Gyaltsen Rinpoche, and many other great masters. So you might say he's your great-grandfather, myself, Hamakazi, Dorje Rinpoche. The general preliminary practices with each section, which makes one's a fit vessel. And we're working on a fit vessel. Generally speaking, whichever stage of the practice one is engaged in, it is most important to begin by making use of a pleasant, isolated place where nothing will happen to adversely affect one's concentration, such as people moving about or disturbances from noises, as the 6 prerequisites for concentration points out. Let bangles, like bangles on a young maiden's wrist. With many, there are constant fights. With even 2, there will be rivalries. So I must remain alone. There, not only should you give up all the negative and neutral activities of body, speech, and mind, but also until you achieve a little stability, you must even for the time being abandon positive actions if they are adversely affect your concentration. Once you have stemmed the continuous flow of exhausting tasks, idle chatter, and thoughts, and can rely on being free from these 3 faults, physical, verbal, and mental, related to concentration, make a firm resolve to devote yourself completely to the practice. For this, it is important to have in mind the 8 types of mental applications that act as antidotes in eliminating the 5 faults, since they are indispensable accessories to putting the instructions into practice. The 5 faults, as listed in distinguishing the middle from extremes, or as follows: laziness, forgetting the essential instructions, wildness, or scatteredness, or dullness, non-application, and over-application. They are said to be the 5 faults. In other words, these faults are being lazy and uneager to practice, forgetting the words and their meaning with regard to what one is meditating on, being overpowered by wildness or dullness, not using the antidotes when either of these 2 occur, and applying the antidote too strongly once one has overcome wildness or scatteredness, dullness, sleepiness, laziness, forgetfulness, and tightening the string of the lute too tightly. Now, it's not there, I'm just adding this at this point. Anyway, so again, and we could go into much talking and deconstructing his words. When and we live in a different time. We can't just run off and be alone. To a degree, we can. But we need a support. And so that's why it says practice non-attachment and renounce samsara. Rest in the recognition of innate wakefulness. So this is the view in the meditation that one is talking about. That one is not in and out, but one is fully wet in the water, not like a river rock. I have never really done this, but maybe I should do, because I have river rocks. Go and crack one open and see if it's bone dry on the inside. So it gives the analogy. We are basking in the radiance of the Dharma every day. Pick up your phone, look. Search anyone you can get every day. Read all of the words. But do they seep in? We still chase after the mundane. We still engage in the phantasmagoric display of the illusionary manifestation of a reality which will be gone like a cloud over the top of the mountain. And we think it's so important. Then the next thing, we don't hear the laughter of the children anymore because we're not here. So please, and I'm talking to me, so you're merely hearing my babble. Enjoy every moment, even in despair, because the dead don't cry, the dead don't laugh. The dead aren't angry, the dead aren't happy. The dead, they can't eat chocolate on Halloween. But that's not you, at least not yet. So therefore, you. So, Guru Rinpoche, Urgyen Rinpoche, Urgyen Rinpoche, Lama Rinpoche, and their bug serving Thupten Rinpoche. So this is our fathers, our lineage. So now you should visualize Dzogchen. You visualize Dzogchen. Oh, Urgyen Gyaltsen Gyaltsen Guru Gando Mampo Gorge Suda Chenje Laje Sasu Guru Kamasi Urgyen Samten Ling Gonpa Gyaltsen Gyaltsen Guru Gando Mampo Gorge Suda Chenje Laje Sasu Guru Kamasi Urgyen Samten Ling Gonpa Guru Gando Mampo Gorge Suda Chenje Laje Sasu Guru Kamasi. Lama Jogi Gola Suwade, Urgyen Suwade, Yejenu Gedu Nesen Kamsu, Dondo Yondan Leki, Yejenu Washite, Kutu Jekika, Naso Sukun, Lama Jogi Suwade, Urgyen Suwade, Nije Jene Besin Kamsu, Tuje Timbodo Evolatan, Lama Gandu Tangi Jundunje, Lama Juna Suki, Lama Jube Gula Suwade, Urgyen Juna Suwade. Nando Vengara
Nando Dambe Dambe Dunsuke Kote Koku Sote Lamchen Trene Uzu Chala Sovade Seja Kunwe Koda Tusike Trene Uzu Yanku Tutu So Mosa Lamchen Namye Najopa Chene Rinke Chala Sovade Duzun Kungen Dharma Tendeke Tate Tato Kuso Kulogyo Sange Lende Lendru Bekutam Kundu Simbenwa Suwade Wonen Chogi Yenge Potanga Duzun Sange Kunde Nuvogi Ranzem Sogo Nondo Nunzeke Sowe Namla Suwade Pri Ramen Yogi Yogi Botango Dozo Sange Goje Gugi Renzen Goko Gondo Nunsepa Sewe Lande Sepa Suwade Yawa Gondo Yanda Mama Drume Tugi Bama Uchoten Samla Namje Yondo Ratu De Doji Ninde Goga Doto So Visualizing, I'll say, the precious ace body, the subtle body, channels, chakras, nadis, auxiliary channel, to align, to stabilize, to cleanse, and pure, to recognize. Breathe in, come to the knees. Cleansing. Breathing in. Just in case we have time, we take the Daksha and the Bodhi. Badra Samaya Sa Om Risa Ramani Baba Laye if you have Badra Samaya Sa Om Badra Amrita Kundale Hana Kundale. To invite, to invoke Rinpoche. Ranje Wande Atome Lama Nande Sobe Konja Dorje Gaba Bunja Dute Gabyo Mizawa Mibe Nun Ginanga Bata Sama Sangye Dodan Joge Sunama Janjo Badu Dani Kasuchi Dati Janjo Gibe Sunami Tola Panche Sangye Tupasho Sangye Dodan Joge Sunama Janjo Badu Dani Kasuchi Dati Janjo Gibe Sunami Tola Panche Sangye Tupasho Sangye Dodan Joge Sunama Janjo Badu Dani Kasuchi
Daje Jojo Gebe Sunangi Dolan Chisangi Tohashu Amo Joji Sananda Ne Ashu Om Bata Mahashi Aru Dane Rote No Kyo Namo Zavada Gata Yamishu, Besavada Kamata Saparana and the Kam Soha. Namo Zavada Gata Yamishu, Besavada Kamata Saparana and the Kam Soha. Namo Zavada Gata Yamishu, Savada Kamata Saparana and the Kam Soha. Zumba Jama Just get some good lights. Just breathe. I'm happy to see. Takes a while. Go sit down. Sit down. Put it down. Go back out. You keep guard. We summons all the benevolent entities, energies. You're like, something's going on. I smell the food. I see the light. Oh, who's the big one? Big demon. Just joking. Okay. So now we must say, Om Zarva Zudo Zarva Dhamma Zude Zudo Om Grihana Iram Balinda so Now we go Agra Samaya. You become Dorje Sempa. Yum yum pour in your heart. This syllable Om and 100-syllable mantra clockwise, radiating, cleansing, and purifying. Everything becomes the mandala of purity. Visualize that you have placed boundaries or the protective fence around you. Sanjay Jamji Dovada, Dovaganda, Dovaganda, Doriada, Doriage, Gunda, Dovaganda, Donge Mepeda, Lampada, Medawa, Guruji, Gurujanda, Dovaganda, Zebemela, Guruji. Sanjay Jamji Dovada, Dovagunda, Dovaganda, Doriada, Doriage, Gunda, Dovaganda, Donge Mepeda, Lampada, Medawa, Guruji, Gurujanda, Thanks a lot. Sajay, Guru Nando Mambo Gege Jasu Guru Brahma Siddhi Mumbo Gurgen Jyoti Brahma Geza Umpura Jaten Jyoti Guru Brahma June Sasutra Guru Nando Mambo Gege Jasu Chinjira Jasu Guru Brahma Siddhi Uma Umbada Guru Brahma Dutta Bhadra Samaya. We have two prayers. Sri Madhura Nama Tuje Kute Made Nama Tuje Pardon Nama Tuje Kuzo Doje Sama Sumade. So then you go to then Urgyen Rinpoche La Sopa Gajan Baje Ninja Dorje Damba Pada Joja no no Ati Ati Savo transformation. Recognition, transcendence, recognizing the innate nature of one's own mind is the Guru's mind. Many offerings. Om Bhadra Argam Bhadra Ute Ute Aloke Gandhe Yoade Shata Sutta Shata Gandhe Asha Jebate Samadata Putra O Om Bhadra Guru Karna Siddhi 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 Om Bhadra Guru Om Bhadra Guru Om Bhadra Guru So you visualize lotus, sun, in this cushion. Then we use 9 prong Dorje, representing the 9 yanas, the 9 vehicles, sitting right on top of that. In the middle of it is the seed soul, counterclockwise, moving clockwise. But now we only say there's the outer, inner, and secret. We only go boom, 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 boom. And when you're doing hum, try to keep your focus for 1 mala on just the hum. The hum is the essence of all of the enlightenment, all of the celestial. Everything is contained in the seeds of hum. I was in retreat, placed there by Lama, and we were heading back, and 2 of his students, they asked me, "Oh, have you received the single life force mantra?" Which I had, but I said, "What's that? I don't know." Always play a little bit down. You learn more. So I said, "I don't know." But this hum, everything, hum, hum, hum. So focus. You are the guru. The essence, my essence is guru mind. Where else you're going to find guru? But it's hard for us to rise to that. How is that possible? That you could be the essence of guru? Start by planting the seed until it becomes firm and grows. Om, 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 om. Om, om, om. Om, om, om. Om, om, om. Om, Recitations. Vajra Samaya Dorje Shonu Za Om Badra Gele Gele Om Badra Gele 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 Sarva Om Badra Gele 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 Sarva Om Badra Gele 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 Sarva Sawa Om De Om Badra Satra Samaya Badra Satra Denova And if you have the incense, if not, don't worry. Just you have the toner. You have the toner. Namo Guru Namo Guru Namo Guru Namo Guru Namo Guru Namo Guru So the deity is still summoning to come. So we now, Dhammapalas, please you come. Om Sri Benja Heraga Guru Om Ju Om De Dine Damje Dane Rajan Doje Damje Damje Yenje Deme Doge Tren Den Damje Doge Guru Nze Ram Ya Kamo Second time, go directly to the brief soul. I forgot this is the last. I'm not talking. It's the last part. So go straight to this. And as they're preparing, then we go ahead and begin. Ram, Yam, Ram, Uma, Uma, Ram,
Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Guru Dewa Chenposha, Pache Kunso So Adasa Chigi Lapiso, Chinantawe Pache Shivata, Samba Buke Tuha Chujelo, Dusu Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Guru Dewa Chenposha, Pache Kunso So Adasa Chigi Lapiso, Chinantawe Pache Shivata, Samba Buke Tuha Chujelo, Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Guru Dewa Chenposha, Pache Kunso So Adasa Chigi Lapiso, Chinantawe Pache Shivata, Samba Buke Tuha Chujelo, Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Guru Dewa Chenposha, Pache Kunso So Adasa Chigi Lapiso, Chinantawe Pache Shivata, Samba Buke Tuha Chujelo, Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Guru Dewa Chenposha, Pache Kunso So Adasa Chigi Lapiso, Chinantawe Pache Shivata, Samba Buke Tuha Chujelo, Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Guru Dewa Chenposha, Pache Kunso So Adasa Chigi Lapiso, Chinantawe Pache Shivata, Samba Buke Tuha Chujelo, Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Guru Dewa Chenposha, Pache Kunso So Adasa Chigi Lapiso, Chinantawe Pache Shivata, Samba Buke Tuha Chujelo, Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Guru Dewa Chenposha, Pache Kunso So Adasa Chigi Lapiso, Chinantawe Pache Shivata, Samba Buke Tuha Chujelo, Sangye Guru Rinpoche, Guru Dewa Chenposha, Pache Kunso So Adasa Chigi Lapiso, Chinantawe Pache Shivata, Samba Buke Tuha Chujelo.
So I may need to use 10, 15 minutes of your time, but no more than that. I know we're a little bit over already. Take so. Dorje Doba Doro Allah. See, Halloween, you have to chocolate. So Rinpoche sent, they did the Lama chant, the Buddha descends from the seat of heaven after teaching his mother for her kindness. They practiced all day long, from 7 in the morning to 9 at night, with some breaks. Now we've already gone only 2 hours. Already, we have to go to the next thing. So bring this, we do real quick. Bhadra Samaya Padre Satu Samaya, Namo Palaya, Padre Satu Samaya, Namo Palaya, see the midway of this. I don't know. Doesn't feel good. Samaya, Satu. And you want to bring this here. Bring the portions forward. You bring this here.
Just okay. Just carry those two. It's yeah. Bring it.
Just like that. No problem. Bring the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring everything at once.
Doesn't do big, it go do so get good over here. Doesn't do what months about getting consumed, but true. So as Guru Rinpoche points out, in order to gain certainty, really we must study, contemplate, and practice. To let go of the faults, the fault of forgetfulness, laziness, scatteredness, dullness, and sleep. To not tighten the strings of the mind too tight, be too lax. To have faith, to have devotion, trust, conviction, and commitment. Then one easily receives the blessings. Without these, there will be maybe some small benefit, but one will not recognize fully, not in this lifetime. You've already spent many lifetimes. How do you know that? Look at where you are now. When you were 16 years old, perhaps you had no idea. When I was 16 years old, I had idea. When I was 8 years old, I had idea. But here we are. The result of the causality of your past karma coming to fruition. Don't waver on the path now by being lax, by being lazy. And just practicing on your seat is not enough. Rest your mind, present wakefulness. Maybe you can practice again 5 minutes, 10 minutes later on the day. Our time is spent. You have to run away, breathe out. Urgyen Lama Urgyen Let go of what is past. Let go of what may come. Let go of what is happening at this very moment. Don't try to figure anything out. Don't try to make anything happen. Relax right now and rest in the recognition of your own intrinsic innate nature of innate mind. Always for the benefit of all sentient beings. May you all arrive at the first bhumi of the Bodhisattvas. May you all be blessed, receive signs, and be messengers of peace. Thank you for extra time. Thank you for those who are existing in the quantum energy fields of fluctuation, meaning there's no stability. Yes, Ian, young master, how are you doing today? And Mr. Sakya, I received banner.
Okay.
I will call you later on in the week.
Okay. Okay, Rinpoche. Thank you, Rinpoche. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Lama.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.